Stop wasting my 1 hour. You are taking away time of me protecting my children. You don't get to illegally dismiss me because I will be suing you. How do you sleep at night? How do you live with yourself? Knowing that you are putting my children in danger. You know exactly what you were doing to me. You sick fuck. You don't get to say whether or not I have access to my children.
This is Heather Bendl. She's been on the losing end of a 5-year custody battle spanning half the country. It seems her children were removed from her care because she was deemed mentally unstable by CPS. I can't imagine what led them to that conclusion. The real story isn't why she's here, it's how she rolls into court acting like president of the world. Fun fact, she's running for the Florida Assembly, though given her interesting personality, I suspect Mikey Mouse will get more votes than Heather. She's also in the running for top Karen of 2026. Heather's going to be hard to top. Let's roll, nerds.
Before we start going through my 273 pages of exhibits I filed for this hearing, I want to state on the record that I filed 282 pages at the Daytona Courthouse Thursday, March 20th before noon, and only the first 9 pages showed up in my docket, which was only the breakdown of each exhibit. My 273 pages of evidence showing Justin Sirleaf neglecting, abusing, and exposing my children to drugs was not filed into my docket. You need to mute yourself. Court watcher, you need to mute yourself.
Yeah, if there's a court watcher that just spoke.
If there's a court watcher that can't mute themselves, you need to remove them. You have my permission, because odds are it's probably one of the Sirleaf's friends trying to interrupt me. Back to what I was stating. This is completely unacceptable when it comes to minor children's safety and welfare. I had to e-file them yesterday, March 24th, 2025, to make sure they were in my docket, since it's clear someone is intentionally not filing my documents. Second, I want it to be on the record that since our last hearing on February 25th, 2025, I am now a 2026 candidate for Florida legislature, and I will be using my case as an example of the extreme issues in our local court system and how people in positions of power are not doing the job they swore an oath to do while collecting taxpayer money. The evidence I've submitted is so severe that after I present it to you today, I expect it to be forwarded to the state's attorney's office for review for charges against Justin Sirleaf. He is using my children as a weapon to continue abusing me while he neglects their education, mental health, and most likely their physical health, while exposing them to drugs in front of the entire world on TikTok. Mr. Alvarez, you have a legal, moral, and ethical obligation to act on this evidence immediately. And I am making it clear that I expect to be able to pick up my children in a neutral public meeting place with Peter Arnold present as a witness and have immediate access to my children in my own home with Pete Arnold.
I am doing the best that I can as a single parent to try to raise the children when the other biological parent has absolutely refused to provide any type of supplemental child support for their needs.
Are we going to start going through the evidence?
Yes, ma'am. We're on your case now.
Great.
Do you want to testify?
So let's start going through the evidence.
Okay, go ahead. Oh, before we start, there's another person named Andrea in the waiting room. Is she a court watcher?
They're all court watchers, sir. Stop wasting my 1 hour.
Okay, I've admitted her now. Go ahead.
Let every single court watcher in. Every minute you are chewing up, you are taking away time of me protecting my children from this monster.
Go ahead.
Stop wasting my time. I have a lot of evidence, and we need to start going through it, Mr. Alvarez. Okay. Exhibit A is DIN 110, Order of Referral to General Magistrate by Judge Sandra C. Upchurch for DIN number 23, number 35, and number 62. And DIN 122, Order of Recommendation to Dismiss number 35 without a hearing or seeing any of Heather Bendl's evidence of neglect and abuse to the minor children in question. In the state of Florida, general magistrates do not have the authority to dismiss judges' orders. Therefore, we are to immediately hear Heather Bendl's motion for immediate visitation, filed by Heather Bendl's attorney, Rick Brown, July 24th, 2024, as Justin Sirleck has been withholding any and all contact between Heather Bendl and her minor children since August of 2021, while actively neglecting and abusing the children right in front of everyone's eyes. Heather Bendl has now lost 5 full years with her biological children that she will never get back due to collusion and corruption in this case since September 2020, when Heather first opened her case in Illinois, and this is continuing in Florida, which is allowing Justin Sirleck to use the minor children as weapons to continue abusing Heather Bendl. This is extreme child abuse and child neglect. And Heather Bendl is now requesting criminal action be taken by Florida Circuit 7 against Father Justin Sirleck, and this court immediately allow Heather Bendl full authority to pick up her children and get them the help they desperately need, as this has gone on long enough and these children need intervention immediately. Do you have any questions about that, Mr. Alvarez?
Ma'am, you don't ask the court questions. You just present your evidence. Did you want to present another exhibit?
And what are you to say to that, who illegally dismissed my access to my children immediately?
I thought you didn't want me to address the exhibits one by one. I thought you wanted to get.
When did I say that?
Okay. With regard to Exhibit A, the motion for temporary time sharing, since this is a post-supplemental petition case, under Florida law, the court is only able to address.
Yeah, sir, you don't get to illegally dismiss me being able to visit with my children immediately.
Ms. Bendl,
you don't get to do that. That is not your job. Your job is to refer to the judge, and that's it.
Ms. Bendl, please don't interrupt me. I'm trying to explain to you why I ruled as I did.
I was capable of reading your explanation on the paper, sir. What I'm telling you is you don't have the authority to do that.
Well, your motion, the court did not determine that your motion for temporary time sharing was an emergency. The judge could have heard it.
Nothing was determined, sir. It was referred to you.
Ms.
And
Bendl,
then you immediately dismissed it. Nothing was determined. It was referred to you to address, and then you immediately dismissed it the moment it was referred to you.
I'm not saying that.
That is illegal. You don't get to do that.
Ms. Bendl, I'm not saying that I'm not addressing
Okay,
your motion
you're on
for
recording
temporary time
for my
sharing.
lawsuit to sue you, so we're going to move on now. Exhibit B, Exhibit H. Please see the 3/2/2025 YouTube video where Justin Sirleck is walking viewers through Justin Sirleck exposing minor children to drugs and drug paraphernalia on TikTok. This video can be found, and then I emailed the link to you. It's in the evidence, and it's all over my nonprofit Justice for the Sirleck Children YouTube page for the entire world to see.
I do have a copy of your exhibits, Ms. Bendl.
Good. Start looking at it, because I will be suing you. How do you sleep at night? How do you live with yourself?
Ms. Bendl,
Knowing that you are putting my children in danger. How do any of you sleep at night? I want to know that.
Ms.
Because
Bendl,
I will be seeing you in Supreme Court. And this is my mission, to work my way up to Washington, D.C., to bring corrupt people like you down. I think all of the evidence I've submitted is more than sufficient to give me my children immediately. So I suggest you start actually doing what us taxpayers are paying you to do.
all right, Ms. Bendl.
Protect my children.
Ms. Bendl, Mr. Sirleck is entitled to cross-examine you based upon your testimony. So, Mr.
Go ahead.
Sirleck, do you have any questions that you want to ask Ms. Bendl?
I do, specifically in regards to the rape charge that you keep building up. We went to court on that in Illinois, correct?
Just ask that, just, Mr. Sirleck, just, hold on, Ms.
Look at the
Bendl.
FOIA report, Justin. Look at the FOIA report.
Ms. Bendl.
You know exactly what you were doing to me while I was at Ambien for years. You know exactly what you were doing. Pulling my pants down, raping me, cleaning me up, and then putting my pants back on. You sick fuck.
Ms.
You
Bendl.
know what you've been doing to me. And I pray another woman never falls prey to you. No amount of prayers is going to save you. You are going straight to hell.
Ms. Bendl, this is a court proceeding. Please refrain from using profanity.
Can we please move on? This is ridiculous, and this is intentionally wasting the court's time. You need to get out of your fantasy world because you, Mary, and Ira Serlich are the only ones living in it. The rest of the world lives in the real legal world. And that's why I have been building a much larger legal case 4 years now, and I will be suing every entity and walking away a millionaire. So let's stop screwing around and actually dealing with the fact that my children need help now.
No, I have no further questions because she's not going to cooperate.
Clearly, there has been a long emotional toll that the past 5 years has wreaked across your lives. I would like to say, with regards to the visit with Charlie, it was a very positive visit. He was visibly excited to be able to see his mom when we were there.
Mr. Arnold, can you tell me a date and time? When did this occur? I'm just trying to get a time.
I don't remember the exact date, but I believe it was in March of 2024.
So about a year ago?
Yeah. And I know, so I was present at that first meeting, and then I'm familiar with that Heather had additional meetings with Charlie, which are reflected in the pictures that she's provided, or that I've been told she's provided. I've seen where Heather has attempted to communicate via email and text messages with Justin to try to come to a resolution. I was present with Heather and her attorney, Mary Jane Henderson, when her attorney had explained to us that she was attempting to resolve things prior to having to go to court, and everything just got dragged along. In the past 2 years that I've been with Heather, I have seen the emotional reaction she has to seeing pictures of her kids when they come up on Facebook Memories. We have been going through all of the property that was in storage in Illinois that Heather has brought to Florida that has all of the kids' belongings and clothes. And I have seen when she opens a box, and for example, just the other day, she opened a bag and found the children's swim trunks and swimming goggles. She collapsed to the floor crying because that was the last time. She has pictures of the last time those kids were wearing that. And in that picture, the kids are smiling and happy. And there is zero reason why this should have gone on for the last 5 years the way it has. Clearly, she's a mother that loves her children. Regardless of whatever her personal issues between Justin and herself, she absolutely loves her children and deserves to be able to communicate freely with her children and have them be part of her life.
Just remember, there's a lot of court watchers watching this, Justin.
Just to prevent this, I've just removed all the court watchers, Ms. Bendl.
That's fine. That's fine.
Unfortunately, I had to take that action.
I don't care at this point.
Ms. Bendl, let Mr. Serlich finish.
I want a child exchange at the police department today, Mr. Alvarez.
Ms. Bendl. Go ahead, Mr. Serlich.
I'm sorry, I don't even know where we were. Unfortunately, it's...
Get over it.
Okay.
That's all you do is watch porn. That's all you do.
Go ahead and take it.
Get over it.
Take a minute, Ms. Serlich. I understand. Let me know if you have another, if you want.
We're all adults here. Move on. What does this have to do with the safety and welfare of my children? Mr. Alvarez, I want to pick up my children at the police department today.
And what is that going to be for? What is that going to look like? You picking them up?
You don't get to say whether or not I have access to my children. You are
Ms.
my
Bendl.
abuser. You are
Ms.
guilty of
Bendl.
abusing my children. You do not get to say whether or not I get to see or speak to my children. I divorced you in June 2013. You are my abuser. You are my rapist. You no longer get to control me. Do you understand? When am I going to be able to?
Mr. Ehrlich, do you have anything else you wanted to say?
I have nothing more to say because she's just going to keep talking over me.
Mr. Alvarez, when am I getting my children to the police department?
Ms. Bendl, only confine yourself to questioning Mr. Serlich regarding his testimony. Do you have any questions about what he testified about?
No, I've made
Okay.
all of the evidence very
Mr.
clear.
Serlich,
And you need to start
Do you have anything
protecting
else?
my children, Mr. Alvarez. My family is married into the 12th president. I have leadership in my blood. I will take this to Washington, D.C. So I suggest you and Sandra C. Upchurch start upholding Florida Supreme Court laws, or I will be seeing you in prison, Mr. Alvarez. I want to pick up my children at the police department today so I can get them the help they need.
I'm here participating in this court for the children. I am currently their guardian, and her behavior does not warrant, with her mental state, the way she is behaving in court, her decorum. This is only an example of how she is with the children.
Mr. Alvarez.
go ahead, sir.
I apologize. I don't know why she continues to think that all of the court proceedings are invalid, but I am just following what the court has done and asked of me as a parent to get back our children. And I understand at the end of the day that, yes, she should have visitation with her children, but the way and how hostile she is, just in a video call and in a courtroom environment, this is how she behaved with the kids.
All right. And just for the record, I had to remove Ms. Bendl. It was apparent that she was going to continue to interrupt you. Was that motion ever heard by the court?
No, I believe she then requested the recusal of the judge at that point, and then the judge recused herself, and then Heather has started to submit all of these ungodly amounts of just ridiculous evidence. I mean, I just want my children to be safe, and with everything the way she's behaving, I mean, it's very evident that, I mean, she can't control herself within the court.
All right, so I'll issue my report as soon as I can, Mr. Serlich. I'll send both you and Ms. Bendl a copy of my proposed report.
If you got this far, thank you. I don't have video of the ruling on this hearing, but according to court records, Heather has since filed copious emergency motions, custody actions, and appeals, all of which tell me she still hasn't figured out what most of the rest of us already know. You catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar.